How's it going, guys? Hank here, right back at it again with another short video on the Review and Preview Sports YouTube channel. And folks, as always, I want to give you a friendly neighborhood reminder. Please don't forget to follow us on all of our social medias. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Review and Preview Sports. And of course, please don't forget to hit that big red button down below. Give us a like, give us a comment. Please let us know your thoughts. We would love to hear from you guys. And breaking news, the Boston Red Sox have signed Trevor Story to a 6-year, $140 million contract. And before I get into the contract itself, let's talk about how much deeper this has made the Boston Red Sox. Now, lineup wise, this is a team that already has Rafael Devers at third, Xander Bogaerts at short. Now, granted, I know Trevor Story is a shortstop, but I will explain that as well pretty soon. Kike Hernandez, who was their primary second baseman last year, but will now most likely be stuck anywhere in the lineup, probably in left field or maybe as a super utility guy. And of course, you have JD Martinez, designated hitter, and Alex Verdugo, who gave them good production out of the center field spot. So what does this mean for the infield? Now, as I sort of mentioned, you look at the middle part of the infield, you already have Xander Bogaerts at shortstop, who, as I mentioned, is probably one of the best shortstops in baseball. And in my honest opinion, doesn't really get talked much about as one of the better players at shortstop. Yeah, that might be surprising coming from myself. But in any event, you have him along with Trevor Story playing at second base, most likely. This makes the Red Sox infield by far one of the best in Major League Baseball. And they're going to be a pretty dangerous team, and that is one lineup that I am not looking forward to facing as a Yankee fan. But then let's look at the big picture. Xander Bogaerts has an opt-out at the end of the season. If for some reason he decides to walk after this season, you have a good backup plan. You could play Trevor Story for the next few years at shortstop. Now, obviously, Bogaerts seems to love playing in Boston, so I don't know if that's going to happen, but it definitely gives them options. And I think the other question that is going to be asked is the contract any good? For 6 years and $140 million compared to what we thought that Carlos Correa, or at least what Carlos Correa thought he was going to get. I personally think this is a steal. Now, granted, obviously, the back end of that contract is where people might have concerns, but he's still in his late 20s, or actually, I think he's entering his age 30 season, Trevor Story, that is. You're probably only going to be seeing the decline for maybe like 2 or 3 years. So personally, I don't think the length of that contract should be too much of an issue. He's already posted some really good offensive numbers with the Colorado Rockies. He's a 2-time Silver Slugger Award winner, 2-time All-Star. So I think this is definitely a steal for the Boston Red Sox. Now, another thing to mention is it leaving the Coors Field factor. Now, I personally don't take much stock into this. There have been a number of players who have left the Rockies, and people have had the same question. Have offensive numbers been affected by Coors Field? Well, based on what DJ LeMahieu has done for the Yankees, he is still one of the better hitters in the American League. And with Trevor Story going to another hitter-friendly ballpark in Boston, I really don't think that that's going to be much of an issue. I think, as I said, this is a lineup that will essentially be pick your poison, especially for the top 6 guys. So I think the Red Sox should definitely be in the mix for the American League East. Now, obviously, I don't know if they will be able to match up with the Blue Jays, because ultimately I think the pitching rotation has a few question marks, but without a doubt, they will definitely be in the mix to get a wild card this year. So it'll be interesting to see how they do. And as a Yankee fan, this is another team that I am not going to be looking forward to facing too much, but ultimately it'll be a very interesting competition for sure. But folks, that's all I really have to talk about with regards for Trevor Story. If you guys like what you saw in this video, please don't forget to give us a follow on all of our social medias. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Review and Preview Sports. And of course, please don't forget to hit that big red button down below. Give us a subscribe and let us know your thoughts. Do you think the Red Sox got better with the signing of Trevor Story? Do you like the contract for them? How do you like their infield depth? I want to hear from you guys in the comments, and I would love to interact with you guys. But until next time, I'm Hank and Dichter, and I will see you guys later for another short off-season baseball video. See you guys.